Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrick. With a new video. I know it's been months and months since I uploaded anything, but as people say, life happens, and yeah, life happened to me. The last time I tried to record something was like a month ago, and even then when I recorded, life happened. Life happened again. Excuses, I know, but they're good excuses. Yeah, so let's get started. I wrote some points, so if you see me looking this way, this direction, my laptop is there to guide me so that I just don't say nonsense. Yeah, so let's get right to it. I got a new job at some organization. I will not mention the organization just to kind of protect this space because this is my space, but I got a corporate job as an intern. So when as an intern, that's when you're learning, that's when you're fresh, people see you as a newbie, and there's so much information you need to learn about this organization so that you deliver. For those of you who worked in corporate or in government, even private, sometimes some of the private organizations, you have to consume so much information so that your output is not shit. So that took a majority of like my days and my stays there at the organization. Yeah, so I got a job at the organization. Immediately after I released that video, the get to know me tag, like a week later. Then the job was 3 months. The internship was 3 months. Unluckily or luckily, depending on how you view it, I was not able to get an extension because getting extensions in government jobs or corporate organizations is a bit difficult because you really have to. It's difficult in Kenya to just get an extension unless you know people who know people. That's the only way you'll get an extension. So I didn't and moved on swiftly. Anyway, during my time, it was more or less 3.5 months. So the beginning of the week, I started with such a bang because so I was called on like a Wednesday at like 5 by the organization, and I'm wondering, wait, it's past your hours. How are you calling me right now? My mom is my witness. I was shaking. I couldn't believe it because I had applied January 8th, right after my birthday. I was like, let me try, maybe I'll get, maybe I won't. 6 months later, they call me and they're like, yo, come on Monday for orientation. And for those of you who don't know what that means, I was already in. I didn't do an interview, I didn't do anything, which was crazy because these organizations usually have a very, very systematic way of doing things. And before you get in, even as an intern, they have to know what you're about. They have to know if you're capable, all that. But for me, it was just very much coming, you are our intern, and I was the only communication intern, which is crazy. Yeah, so was called. Went in on a Monday, orientation happened. The next day I started the job. Right after I got into the office the following day, it was on a Tuesday morning, I got a call from my boss and she was like, come to this place. We are having an activity and you need to be here so that you learn. If you don't know, then you need to hear an activity in corporate organizations or in wherever, even in government, just to know there's money involved and there's a lot of learning involved and there's a lot of meetups and meeting up with people who are, the big guys in the department or division or the what do I call it? Like, for example, if you're working in the health sector, you'll meet health people, the big people in health. If you're working in communication, the big people in communication, like that. So yeah, so I went. It was a whole week activity, and already I was making money moves. I was so excited. I was like, what do you mean? I've just entered yesterday and already I'm in an activity. Yeah, that was very exciting. Then things went a bit slow, and not really slow because still we had these activities. One day activities where the CEO, because the communication division in that company is right under the CEO. She wanted us to go all over with her because they're the ones who are, writing writing speeches, photographic evidence of what the organization is doing on ground, meeting with people, partners of that organization. It's crazy and it's a lot to learn. That happened for like 1 month, but at the end of the second month, things started going a bit slowly. So I was in the office throughout, 9 to 5 kawaida, a lot of paperwork, a lot of kawaida organizational stuff, admin work, if I put it that way. That was the experience at the organization. Then the last month, I haven't said what happened in the last month. The last month was very interesting because just before I was about to finish my internship, there was an opportunity to go to Garissa and experience the life there and talk to our partners, gather a lot of content for the organization since it was building up its social media platform and its digital platform. So they needed a lot of content along the lines of the partners, like the people in the mashinani. We went there, we went to places like Ijara. If you know Garissa and Ijara, you know how that place is, and you get to understand how lucky you are to be in a position to access such basic needs. And there are people who are really suffering. That's their mission of the day, to make sure they secure their basic needs. In my perspective, I was like understanding how lucky I am and how blessed I am to be exposed to such things. And there's a lot I haven't mentioned in there. We were working with organizations such as NTV just to capture that footage. Yeah, that's why I haven't been posting on YouTube. With that explanation, now you understand why I wasn't able to post content on my YouTube channel and my podcast, because I also have a podcast. And it was sad to see them just there with nothing new. But content creation is so hard, it's so difficult, it involves a lot of mental, being in the right mental frame and being able to gather the content, good content and interesting content for people, and then now churning it out, because you don't just churn anything out. Where am I mentally? Mentally, I'm at an okay place, because now right after I finished the internship, it was so abrupt. 3 months is very little for you to gather all that information, and then suddenly you're out and you can't use that. Okay, you can, but you see, the whole intention was to be able to formulate your output in a way it's best for the organization. You get, there's a lot of information I have that can only be applied in the organization, but one of the things I discussed with one of my colleagues was finding a way to use that information here, sort of, and maybe eventually I'll be able to explain where I worked and what we were about and what we were discussing, because I feel like that is very important. It's just that I need to get the go ahead, sort of, not even go ahead, just get the right information for you guys, so that it impacts you in a certain way, in a very positive way. Mentally not being in a good place, you will not be able to churn out content. So I've been trying to change that, just trying to find myself. Does that make sense? That is what I've been doing, a lot of finding myself and finding my voice, to be able to churn what I really want to churn out in the way I want it, where I want to be in the next few months. In the next few months, that's why I took a deep breath, because I was like, wow, there's a lot I expect, and we are about to finish the year, so but I need to start. One of the things I needed to do is just post this video explaining where I've been and the intentions, plan for the channel. In the next few months, I'm hoping I'll be able to have posted several videos here before the year ends. I hope I will have gotten a new job that is also giving me time to post content. So a lot of, and the good thing about now what I do, which is communication, it's very symbiotic with the career and content creation I want to do. There's a lot of, it's similar, it's very similar, like the career I want to have and the content creation, and I want to mix them up together to create this business communication mogul in this life, having my media house and having, all that. I also really want to have a lot of travel experiences. I really want to travel a lot, and I think I've been saying that. The only thing limiting me is financial factors as usual, and a lot of actually that's the main thing, and I wouldn't hide that, because I think for us youth, a lot of what is really limiting the creative ideas we have is funding, money. Not having lack of money is it, so if you find a source where you are working and getting a lump sum of money and you're able to utilize it to do what you really love, that's like the ultimate goal, I think, for us youth, and for me specifically, and that goes in line with planning for the content I want for this channel and for my podcast. A lot of traveling, a lot of pictures. I also have a photography page, pmmacha_photos on Instagram. I want to reactivate it. It's also been very slow. I've been posting here and there once in a while, and that's just to keep it alive, but I really want to create that. So I want this YouTube thing to work. I also want the podcast thing to work, and I want the photography thing to work. Then I also want to have a career where I'm also working and funding everything I'm doing, It's very, what is the word? It's very, very ambitious. It's very ambitious of me. So there is that word. Wow, ambitious is the word. It's very ambitious of me, but I really think I can do it. A lot of blood, sweat and tears will go into it, but I think anything that has been successful has had to have a lot of blood, sweat and tears shed. Anyway, I'm joking. A lot of hard work, is needed for me to be able to churn out the content I want in all aspects and in all aspects. Let's build a platform, let's build a community where we get each other positive vibes and just no negativity, just a lot of finding ourselves. And I really am for that, like finding yourself, finding your voice, finding what you truly love to do, and appreciating it. That is what I really want for this channel. So I really want to execute them in the right way. Anyway, I've talked so much, I've said so much. So to wrap this up, I think I should shamelessly plug my pages. If you're new here, you can follow me on my Instagram, my everything, all social media platforms I'm in. I'll link them down below for you guys to just go and interact with my content. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've reached here, you're the real OG. I have mumbled, I've talked. Sometimes I was not making sense, sometimes I was. But it's me explaining where I've been, and I hope you guys understand that it's not intentional, it's just life that happened. Yeah, just be with me through this process. And I would really, really appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribed. Yeah, I would love that, because it means you're supporting the channel and we keep on moving, that's the point. Keep on moving. Positive mindfulness and being in the right mental framework. Yeah, bye guys.